What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Falcon and Winter Soldier in-depth review analysis. We're going to tell you everything about who is on page 33 of Marvel comic number 770 and
Marvel comic.
and what it means for the future of the Falcon. Um how is how is everyone doing? Um I am Declan, aka the Winter Soldier. And I am joined by my friend.
Joined by Evan Blackwell, also known as Baron von Zemo.
Yes, Baron Zemo. You have to do the Zemo accent the whole episode.
I forgot what's his accent. It's like
It's like, good.
he's like German.
The Avengers. They cannot be allowed to exist.
What country is he supposed to be from?
He's German, I think. Or no, is he Sokovian? He's Sokovian, right?
Vaguely Eastern European
The Avengers.
country.
It's him and our friend Wanda from WandaVision are
From
Sokovian.
double teaming with Sokovian representation.
Yeah. Um So yes, today the final Falcon and Winter Soldier episode released. That's probably what we'll start with, and then there were other Marvel news, a new trailer. We've got a very highly anticipated series in the works at Netflix about the Hype House, um, and more to speak of today. Um, Mr. Zemo, would you like to begin the dialogue on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yes, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, starring Denzel Washington as the Falcon and Daniel Day-Lewis as the Winter Soldier. Also featuring Ray Fiennes as Baron Zemo, and starring a young Katharine Hepburn in her feature debut as um, Courtney, right?
Sharon Carter?
No, the flat
Oh, Carly.
Carly,
Yes.
and starring a young Katharine Hepburn as Carly. And I'd like to
Yeah.
welcome you all to the show and talk about Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The last episode, I actually thought, as someone who was kind of dogged on the show in the past, that this episode was fine, better than the most. I kind of already spoiled it, but
Yeah, it's a spoiler warning if you don't want to hear any of it.
uh, Carly dies near the beginning of the episode. Uh, this riveting villain that we've
Yeah.
been we've been really developing over these 5 episodes dies. This teenage girl gets like shot, right? And in a fight scene of her where Falcon refuses to fight, he's just walking backwards and she's like throwing punches at him.
Yeah.
Um, and then afterwards, the Falcon gives this very long, sanctimonious speech, which I thought, the message here I don't dislike, but also it's always corny when they try to make these movies like about real things. When it's like he'll like
Superheroes.
yeah, it's like he'll make this speech about like imperialism and how like like the horrors of the US influence, and it's like, that's no good. And then his suit sprouts wings and he flies away. It's always silly to me. It's like
It's like, remember, kids, stay in school. Flies away.
flies away with his magic wings. It's like
Someday you'll be like me.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This whole denouncement of our war profiteering. Julia Louise Dreyfus is back, and
Yes.
I have to imagine must have been like 10 minutes of shooting for.
They definitely shot those scenes back to back too, because she's only in two of them.
I think they shot this like the schedule was like shot like around her. They were like, "Hey, we've got her for a weekend.
Yeah.
Got her for like 2 hours on Sunday. Let's get her in and out in like 30 minutes."
Hmm.
I think they used the first take each time because her performance was just like, I mean, she's not bad, but it's like she's
No.
walking through this. It's every time you see like a big celebrity in one of these things, it's always either like when Kurt Russell was in Guardians 2, I thought it was fine,
Hmm.
but a lot of times it's always like this seems like less than a weekend for them. This seems like they were being fed the lines like right before they had to do it. And then like they didn't even get in costume. That's just what they wore to the day.
They just like spray painted that one part of her hair purple.
Yeah, they're like,
Can we
get
change your look a little bit, maybe?
what do I have to say? All right. Hey, what's taking him so long? All right, that's lunch. I'll see you guys.
Yeah. So her scene, which was, I think it was towards the end. We have John Walker. We're kind of skipping through a lot, and I'm sure we'll go back, but we have John Walker in a new suit, which he says it's the same suit, but now it's just black instead of blue. So so that's his new suit, and
I don't have to say. That's the thing about all these Marvel movies that they'll be like, "Oh wow, this is the same suit except it's a different color." Like you don't have to say it. We know.
no.
Stupid.
And I'm pretty sure his character from the comics, like John Walker, because I've watched some like trailer stuff before. I did it more with WandaVision because with WandaVision there was more like theories and stuff. I didn't watch it as much with Falcon Winter Soldier, but they were like John Walker's character in the comics is the US agent, I think, and they bring him in as like the new Captain America. I don't know if he ever comes in as like actual new Captain America, but his name is US agent. And then when they give him that new suit, they're like, we don't need a Captain America. We need a
US,
US agent.
which I feel like that doesn't even is that a thing that you would say? Is
No, it's not. That's
that,
the yeah, that's that whole joke we keep talking about. Like the what are we, some kind of suicide squad?
yeah, this is fantastic. I guess we should call ourselves the Fantastic Bunch. No, 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 the Fantastic Four.
And then they're like, "What are you, the Falcon?" And he's like, "No, I'm Captain America."
It's like, oh, doesn't he just introduce himself as Captain America?
Yeah. So they were asking him, they were like, "What do we call you now? Like Captain Falcon?" Or
No, I'm Captain America.
what
It's like,
am I? Some kind of Captain America with wings?
what a look at us, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier back together again.
Yeah. Um in like the first 5 minutes of the episode, we saw Sam's Captain America suit, which was, we knew we were gonna see that at the end of the last episode. Did you think it looked kind of like goofy at all, or did you like it?
Well, I mean, they all look goofy,
Yeah,
but
right.
I mean, it looks pretty close to the comic counterpart. It was like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel either way about it. I saw people being like, "Wow, we're finally going to get to see him in the suit," and like, all right,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's just a suit.
it's a suit, it's white.
Yeah, in both our Marvel Disney Plus shows, we now have new costumes being handed out. So I wonder what Tom Hiddleston's new costume will be.
Oh yeah, for Loki,
We'll get like a dress.
a movie we were dying to see. Hey, I think that one will be fine.
No, Loki, I'm excited for actually because it'll be different. But um,
The show's over. Should we give our final thoughts about the series?
yeah. So I want to talk about the Flag Smashers because they suck. They're terrible. They were not. every time they were on scene, I didn't on screen, I did not care. Um, this is no, nothing against the actors or anything. I just I was more interested when John Walker was the villain and the villain was like Bucky's mental like problems or something like that. Like I actually enjoyed that and they didn't spend much time on that. And I liked when they talked about, Sam with Isaiah Bradley, being a black Captain America. And I liked, when the villain was not the real world stuff like you said, because the dealing with the real world stuff and superhero stuff can get a little, like
silly, but it can get silly if it's done in a silly way. You can still
right.
do it in a way that makes sense and is like interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, well, this seems even when like, I'll agree with what they're saying. Sometimes I'll just be like, well, this seems a little hypocritical coming from this.
Easy for you to say. You can, fly.
It's like it seems hypocritical from this movie that from this franchise that's about started from a movie about like a war profiteer who builds like a wonderful weapon suit and like
Right.
people with it. It's just like
Yeah.
sometimes it's a little like I forgot what the word is, but it feels just kind of like moralizing and sanctimonious sometimes.
Sure.
But for me personally, I thought that compared to other Marvel properties, I think this one looks a lot better. It doesn't have that like a lot of them kind of try to like cast off the sort of goofy cartoon feel to mixed results. I think the Thor movies kind of really suffered from it because it just made them really boring. The
They
first
took it too seriously.
yeah. And the ones that did it like well, I'll probably say this one and like the the second Captain America movie also
Hmm.
good. When they try to make them serious, it can be a hit or miss thing. And even though a lot of this show was really boring and poorly like paced, I do appreciate what they were going for, even though they had these boring villains, just weren't interesting. They never felt it. See, if they wanted to make them out to be like an awful terrorist group, can we show them committing some I don't want to say cool acts of violence, but
Give
like,
some terrorism.
yeah, let me see some terror. I want to feel terrified. And maybe I guess the point was like, oh, well, they're not that awful. But then, like, maybe take us through, show us more of them instead of just what's her name, Carly.
Yeah.
Instead of Carly and the guy who John Walker beheaded.
Yeah.
Give us more about they're like their whole ideology is like never really explained. It's like they want the world to go back to what it was before.
But
That's the thing. This is a made up ideology that only exists
yeah.
in fairy tale land. So when you try to make a real life story about that issue, it's like, well, that there's no real life parallel to this.
Yeah. Yeah. They tried to like I think they at the end when Sam was giving his speech to the senators and stuff, and he was calling them terrorists and stuff. I feel like they almost tried to tie it into like again another real world issue, like border control and stuff like something like that. But
Yeah, I was
like,
thinking, is it supposed to be like border patrol or is it like commentary on the war on terror or something? But
but then that should have been their story instead of keeping the world how it was before Thanos.
yeah, like that's just not an issue that's real.
Yeah.
And there's not, I can't even think of like a real world. Maybe this is stupid. Maybe people will make fun of us for this, but I can't even, what, I don't,
There isn't any because half the world's population has never been wiped out.
it's never happened in the real world.
Yeah.
So the
When
whole,
that happens, I guess you win. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
we'll look like fools when that happens.
Hmm. So yeah, Flag Smasher's boring.
Just boring. And That's the thing. I guess we're going back to the old Marvel trope of just not having really good villains. We
Yeah.
had one good one. We've had two good ones. We've had Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton was good. I think Loki's always been solid.
Loki was convincingly threatening.
Hmm. Killmonger. Did you like Michael B. Jordan?
I thought that was a good performance.
Yeah.
And
Um,
oh yeah, I already said Jake Gyllenhaal, didn't
Gyllenhaal, yeah, and Thanos, of course,
I?
but
A
that one took him.
performance by Josh.
Yeah, that one they won in the first one, but then it took them 2 movies to beat him. So that's why Thanos is so good.
Yeah, even the whole thing about Thanos is like, I don't know, you couldn't make me care about him.
Like you know he's gonna lose. You just know.
Right. It's like the whole thing is that like Spider-Man died at the end, and people were like, "Oh my God, it's so sad." But it's like, Homecoming was the biggest movie of the year last year.
And
Black Panther was the biggest movie of like the first half of 2018.
yeah,
Like you're not, come on, people, you're not stupid. You know they're coming back. You know they're coming back.
like in order for them to die, they would have had to show them actually die, like get beheaded or whatever. But now, even if that does happen to a Marvel character, and I guess we'll talk about this later, I'm even more convinced that it means nothing because they're gonna have the multiverse now, and they've pretty much confirmed that.
It's like they
So
get the bus and you put them on a bus and you drive them away, and it's like, oh, I guess they're never coming back. As someone who's like never seen a movie before, and of course, if if Marvel had done that, and then they maybe made like 6 movies where they were just dead,
mhm,
and then they brought them back, I would be
yeah,
like, oh, well, at least now they have to be like, well, what are we gonna do now that they're gone? Now we got to fight villains without them.
yeah,
But no, as soon as they were gone, the next thing, because they had movies in between, but those were set before.
right.
So they were gone, and literally the next thing that happened in that storyline is that they come right back 5 years later.
Mhm, yeah. So there's our Marvel rant. um, to close off
Marvel
Falcon
fan.
and Winter Soldier. What was that?
But Declan does like Marvel for all you guys listening. We
Well,
we both don't hate Marvel.
I like popcorn movies, and
I like a good popcorn film. I
yeah,
like
like one thing I'm excited for is like, I always like going to the movie theaters with my friends when there's a new Marvel movie out, and like I'm looking forward to that happening again this summer and the rest of this year because we're gonna have a couple more we'll talk about in a minute. But for the Falcon and Winter Soldier, we're gonna see John Walker back, maybe in the movies. Everyone's still alive. That matters because the Flag Smashers did not matter.
they normally don't incorporate the TV show stuff into them. Like I never saw
Right.
those Shield shows,
Me either.
and they never there never seemed to be stuff that was like, oh, if you haven't seen Shield, this isn't going to make sense to you,
Right.
which is good, I guess. It's like, but I feel like now because there's no movies going on right now, they really are going to incorporate those in.
Sure.
It's because now everyone's seen it.
Yeah.
Like even diehard Marvel fans, I feel like didn't watch Shield.
No. Um. So yeah, we'll see John Walker back and Julia Louise Dreyfus. I still
It's,
think it's Lily. Louis.
it's Lewis, Julia Louise Dreyfus.
Okay. Lewis. Louis.
It's
Okay.
like Louise,
It just rolls off the tongue better, I think.
Julia Louis Dreyfus.
Yeah.
I guess Julia Louis.
Yeah. Right.
If you just called herself Julia Louis, that would have been
Right.
great.
She'll probably be back with our U.S. agent and Sharon Carter in the post credit scene is she's evil. She's gonna do evil things. It looks like she's the one who shot Carly and the other Batroc, the other guy from the Winter Soldier movie.
That fuck.
She killed them both with a gun, so she means business. She was the power broker, whoever that is.
You're gonna be. I can't wait for the first MCU hero whose like powers that he has a gun.
That's it.
He's got a gun. It's got bullets
Yeah,
in it.
like James Bond or Jason Bourne.
Yeah, James Bond. What's your superpower? It's got a
Yeah,
life skill.
yeah. Um,
I don't think James Bond ever just point blank shoots a villain. Oh wait, he does in Spy Who Loved Me. I take that back.
um. So yeah. Now it's the cap at the end. It said Captain America and the Winter Soldier. So do you think there's going to be a season 2? Because they just changed the name on us.
Well, there already was a Captain America in the Winter Soldier movie.
There was Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Was it not called Captain America and the Winter Soldier? It might actually that makes more sense. I'm pretty sure it was called
Yeah,
Captain Winter Soldier or something, right?
yeah. It was the Winter
So
Soldier. Mm-hmm.
was it just Captain America, the Winter Soldier?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. I wouldn't. It would be great if they had made these. If they started like titling these movies stuff like Captain America: Return of the Winter Soldier or Captain America: Soldier Strikes Back,
Yeah, yeah. That'd
Captain
be good.
America: Resurrection, Captain America Forever.
Yeah. The Captain America saga.
Yeah, that's when they knew how to title movies.
Right.
Captain America: The Final Chapter, Captain America 6,
The
Captain.
Last Stand.
See, that's what you need to. The Last Stand, of course, and then they made like several more after it.
Yeah. So it wasn't The Last Stand.
There are two Friday the 13th movies that are there's Friday the 13th 4, the final chapter, and Friday the 13th 9, the final Friday, neither of which are the last Friday the 13th movie. So they should just keep hedging their bets and be like Captain America, the final part.
Mhm.
America, surprise, actually the final part.
um,
Wow, you just pulled a Palpatine right there.
I did. Mace Windu is no longer with us. Um, so yeah, the that show ended that was on, and there will probably be a season 2 if I was a betting man. A show that will not get a season 2 is WandaVision. Now, I want to ask, did you prefer one over the other? I know they're different things comparing, but they're both Marvel. So,
This one gets points for having less episodes in total, but
okay.
loses those same points for being an hour long.
Yeah.
So it kind of returns back to a happy medium. WandaVision, I remember being like cautiously optimistic about in its first three episodes. And then with each additional episode, my feelings towards it got like sourer and sourer.
Hmm.
So I would say the experience of watching it all together, I prefer Captain America.
Okay.
I prefer Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But if you're gonna look at it like individually, I probably preferred the first three episodes of WandaVision towards all of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Okay. Yeah, I liked the experience of watching WandaVision more, I think, since there was so much like mystery around it. I know a lot of that mystery didn't like, come to fruition or anything, but I still liked that like theorizing. I liked that about it.
Yeah. And I liked really that the only thing that put a sour taste in my mouth was really that fourth episode. If they didn't do that, then I might have walked away from that enjoying it more. It was just that whole like point by point explaining everything that had
Hmm.
in the first three episodes. I was like, I know I'm not a baby,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not a child. You don't have to
Yeah, but
you don't
Jimmy
have to
Woo.
explain in words every question that's happened so far.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just the thing when with Marvel like content is it's like everyone's looking for Easter eggs, looking for theories, looking for an explanation. Nothing can just a hat is never a hat. It's always,
No.
oh no, that's Captain America's hat from the comics. So of course I'll become Captain America.
Yeah. Yeah. I really liked episode 3 of Falcon and Winter Soldier when they were in Europe, I think. That was cool. And I love Zemo. Zemo is great, and I'm glad he's still alive and in Wakanda. I'm sure he'll be back.
Hmm.
So, yeah. I don't know if I definitively like one show better. I thought they were both decent, nothing incredible. But I think I like the experience of WandaVision more. So I'll say
I would
that.
give them scores, which I don't want to do. It always pains me to do it on Letterbox because
Yeah.
it's like, these aren't none of these movies are compatible. It feels
Yeah.
like star ratings, but if I were to give them a rating, whatever I gave, this would probably be like 1/2 star higher than WandaVision.
Okay.
It
All
would
right.
WandaVision gets maybe 2.5 to 3 stars, and then this gets 3 to maybe 3.5. No, this would get 3 stars.
Okay.
I think they would both get 3 stars on Letterboxd.
I think that's fair. Would you like to stay in the Marvel universe and talk about the trailer for Shang? Is it Shang-Chi or is Shang-Chi Americanized? What do we think?
I think Shang-Chi is American. I mean, whatever it is, I feel like
Yeah.
it's a Romanized spelling, so I guess Shang-Chi is probably what we're
Okay.
gonna do.
All right. Well, Shang-Chi first trailer. This is a different type of Marvel movie. Going to be a lot of like martial arts and just a lot of stuff we haven't seen before. And
Yeah,
I dug this trailer. I thought it was cool. I think it looks. It
yeah, I
looks.
thought it was cool looking. It
Yeah.
looked fun.
It looked like a very different kind of Marvel movie that I think we need. So.
As someone whose father is a very big fan of martial arts films,
Mm.
I look forward. I really hope this movie has that kind of like. Maybe this is asking too much, but from the trailer, it looks like it might have like elements of that kind of like Kill Bill style campiness
Hmm.
that would like really make a movie like this memorable.
Uh huh.
And it looks the action scenes that we saw in the trailer, they look cool. There's a lot of flying through the air, a
Yeah.
lot of very stylized martial arts fighting, and I'm very excited to see it.
I really liked the music in the trailer too. That was epic. I don't know if anyone remembers it, but it stood out to me.
I cannot recall what.
It was like a burn, burn. It was like a, I don't know how to explain it, but it was just a cool, like loud sound. I don't know how to. I just watched the trailer again and listened to it.
I just remembered a lot of jumping through the air and a lot of like Blade Runner looking cities,
Yeah,
which I was like, oh, nice.
yeah. I'm excited to see this because it's different and
You
it
can tell
should
my
be.
poisoned by movies when I'm just looking at like a regular city with like colors on. It's like, hey, it's like Blade Runner.
uh,
You got a picture of Tokyo, like it's just like that movie.
yeah. One thing I was thinking is like, do you think these new characters, like Shang-Chi, I don't know who else, like Scarlet Witch and now like the new Captain America and even Bucky, like, do you think they're all gonna make up like a new Avengers team? Like I was wondering that because there's not really Avengers anymore.
I assumed.
Hmm. I don't know. It was just interesting to me thinking about that because they're all gonna come from different places and like what's gonna be the thing that brings them together. Uh, but who knows? Marvel's got stuff up their sleeves, I guess. So last week we kind of talked about how like it was confirmed that Spider-Man 3 is gonna be multiverse. I was watching a video last night. It was like a plot leak. Plot leak. I don't know how much I trust it or whatever. but there was this guy apparently like leaked. I didn't know this, but who the cameo in Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 5 was going to be, who we know was Julia Louis Dreyfus. Um, and the leak basically, what was that?
He's gonna sue us for character defamation for
Yeah.
mispronouncing.
The it basically said like Toby and Andrew are in the movie, and we're gonna spend time with like both their characters like one on one. And I thought that sounded really cool if it was true. But they also said like Willem Dafoe is definitely gonna be in it, and a major character is gonna die. Uh, Obviously this, it didn't say who, but obviously this is kind of just like, anyone could say this, and I don't know how much I believe this, but wouldn't it be so cool if like we got to get like a third and fourth kind of like half movie for Toby and Andrew, and like also a third Tom Holland movie, because they just signed a deal till 2026 to keep like Spider-Man and Marvel, and they're gonna put like his movies on Disney Plus, and the Tobey Maguire ones and the Andrew Garfield ones. They're all gonna go on Disney Plus eventually, but like we're probably gonna get another Tom Holland trilogy. He's only what, like 24, something like that. So if I had to guess, I mean, they're not gonna get rid of Spider-Man after Spider-Man 3 if he's so young. I think they're gonna do a couple trilogies with him actually, and he's gonna be Spider-Man for the long haul. But wouldn't it be cool if that's what they did in Spider-Man 3? I don't know.
I think it'll be. I think this is gonna be my prediction. Is it's gonna be like Ready Player One, but just for Spider-Man.
Mm,
Gonna be a bunch of references in a movie.
yeah.
I bet they're gonna do. At the end of what was the last one? The one that everyone loves. Into the Multiverse,
Yeah,
when
yeah, Into the Spider-Verse, yeah.
Into the Spider Verse,
Mhm.
when like they do a joke at the end where it's like, oh, it's the Spider-Man meme. It's gonna
Yeah,
be 2 hours of that. Is what
yeah,
I guarantee you this film will be.
yeah,
I don't not look forward to. I'm sure it'll be funny. It'll
yeah.
be, oh, that's funny.
Like Space Jam.
Just like Space Jam, just like Ready Player One. Just
Yeah.
kind of going like, oh, it's neat.
Here's Jim Carrey.
Hey, that was that guy who was in that other. It's like when they got in Evan Peters in WandaVision. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
he was in that other movie.
But his
Funny.
name is Ralph.
Oh, right. His name isn't it like he's just Ralph and he's just like a regular loser who just happens to be.
Evan Peters, yes. Um, I want Emma Stone in this movie. That's my only ask. Is
Maybe
that
Emma Stone will become Spider Gwen.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Or they could do Haley Stein. Well, Haley Steinfeld's going to be in the Hawkeye show, so they couldn't.
Maybe in the alternate universe, Hawkeye is Spider Gwen.
Hawkeye.
I've never read those comic books, but does she call herself Spider Gwen? That's not good.
That's lame. I haven't read them either.
Now everyone knows who you are. Your name's
Yeah.
Spider
Hey, I'm Spider Peter.
Gwen. Hey, I'm Peter the Spider Man.
Hey, I'm Iron Tony.
Where are you getting those pictures of Peter the Spider Man? Oh, we're just friends.
Hey, I'm Captain Steve.
I'm Bruce Man.
Yeah. The Incredible Bruce.
Oh, I guess there's two. There's two Super Bruces.
Yeah.
I bet a Super Clark. Then the glasses wouldn't fool anyone.
No. The glasses and the combed back hair. You have to remember.
And see, people always like how do people not recognize that Superman is Clark Kent? But to be honest, like if you were secretly Superman, if Superman was real and he looked a lot like you, I wouldn't be thinking, "Hey, I bet Declan is secretly Superman."
That's actually a fair point. It's more the unsuspecting of like that guy who works at a desk is Superman.
It's like if you lived in LA, right? And you had a friend who looked just like Brad Pitt.
Mhm.
Except he wore glasses, had bad hair, and like poor posture, and he like worked at like and he wasn't around a lot. You wouldn't think. I bet that guy is secretly Brad Pitt. You know,
That's a fair
that
point,
would be a
actually.
stupid thing for you to think.
Yeah. I never thought of it that way. You just opened my eyes. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Um, so I want Emma Stone in the movie. They've like rumored that her and like Kirsten Dunst are gonna be in it. I don't know if that's just everyone throwing that out there because there's so many rumors. But yeah, if they're gonna go full like Space Jam, Ready Player One, bring everyone in, then just bring in the best working actress today. That's all I ask.
They bring in Topher Grace to be.
Mm-hmm. Not Tom Hardy.
No, they should bring in the best Venom, and that is Topher Grace.
Okay.
When he's in Venom, when he's Venom for like 3 minutes at the end,
Yeah.
and then immediately dies.
um yeah, but I mean they already confirmed that Alfred Molina is like he himself said he's playing the same character from the Spider-Man movies from the early 2000s. So,
Playing the professor Otto Octavius,
yeah.
maybe.
So it's all but confirmed that Toby and you know, they haven't even released a trailer for this movie. So like if they show them in the trailer, which I highly doubt they do.
It would
But
be really cool if these were all like lies, though. It would be
yeah.
really cool if Marvel just like lying to us.
Do you think they would show them in the trailer? Like, I guess it depends how much they're in the movie. If it's just a cameo, like if it's just a cameo, they won't show them in the trailer. But if they're like actually in the movie a solid amount, do you think they show them in the trailer?
The last trailer that comes out, either the first trailer or the last trailer, will like have one shot at the end where like someone like has their back turned and they turn around and it's Willem Dafoe and he's like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I'm a goblin."
I'm somewhat of a Spider-Man villain myself.
I bet they're gonna do that. I guarantee you they're gonna make a joke where he's be like, "Well, I'm somewhat of a." They're gonna do all the memes. I told you it's
Yeah.
gonna be Space Jam. That's what this movie will be. Spider Space Jam.
And I actually don't mind that. I think that'd be fun.
Spider Jam. You know,
Ev- Everyone's gonna see this movie already because there's so many rumors around it, so they don't have to put them in the trailer. Like I like your idea. Like if they put one of the villains, like if they show like Jamie Foxx or something like that, then it's like okay, that confirms Toby and Andrew are in this.
or maybe there's like a shot like so like a building gets knocked down and they're like, "Who is it?" We turn around. There's like 8 arms climbing up a wall. It's like,
Yeah,
oh.
I
Then
think that's the way to go.
a year.
So there we go. We just solved your Spider-Man trailer issue, Marvel.
We're giving Marvel. We're doing free work for Marvel. We're giving them like tips.
Yeah,
That's how
they found us.
Disney owns the earth. It's got people doing advertisement for it.
Yeah. Um. All right. What else is there to talk about that isn't Marvel? Probably nothing. Oh, well, there's one more Marvel thing actually. Yeah, Russell Crowe. He's playing. He I don't know if he was supposed to do this. People are probably Marvel are probably mad at him, but he like went on a he called into like a podcast or whatever and basically told them like he's on his last day for filming Thor and he's playing Zeus and he just put it out there. So,
Is he a villain or like a hero within these movies?
um I imagine he's not going to be in the movie very long. I think Christian Bale is already the villain, right? So,
Wait, what? He
yeah, you
is? He's
didn't
in
know
this?
that?
I did not hear about this.
I
No.
think we actually talked about it on this. Like Christian Bale's going to be the villain in Thor 4. One of our earlier episodes.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Gore the God Butcher, I think. I don't
Gore.
know who that character is, but
Hey, it's Christian Bale doing it. I'm sure it'll be memorable.
yeah, I bet he's just like Thor's friend or something like that and he just has like a quick cameo like a scene or two. I don't know I don't know anything about the comics obviously. I don't read them. I don't know how important Zeus is, but he's Zeus, so I guess he's somewhat important.
looking at the logo for this one, I remember the last one, Thor Ragnarok. They're kind of doing like a Buckaroo Banzai, Big Trouble in Little China kind of deal. I'm guessing with like the logo for this, maybe this one's gonna take after like Excalibur, Conan the Barbarian, that kind of stuff. Which I'd be like, once again, it's like you watch and you're like, oh, it's like that other movie.
Yeah.
Which that I feel like that's its own mini genre of movie right now, and I imagine this will be a very good entry in that.
Hmm. So yeah, I was already excited to see Russell Crowe was in this. I didn't really care who he was playing, but this sounds cool. Um,
Reprising from The Nice Guys. Maybe he'll.
yeah, wouldn't that be fun? Get Ryan Gosling next.
He said he won't do one of these.
I know, isn't that, we talked about that last episode, I think. I was
Yeah,
like,
I don't think we'll see Leo or Brad Pitt.
yeah,
We'll probably not see. We won't see Ryan Gosling.
no. Tom Cruise.
Yeah, and we said Tom Cruise, right?
I think so. Yeah. Plug for our last episode. Go listen to it.
Well, we did. He was in that Mummy movie.
Does that count?
You think? Well, that was also part of a cinematic universe. It was,
Okay.
but that went down the tubes immediately.
Right.
I think Tom Cruise is probably gonna end up doing one of these, but like probably in like 7 years, I bet.
He'll be Galactus.
I would love that. Maybe there'll be a joke where like Galactus comes down, he's like really short.
And he's a Scientologist.
And he's a maybe he'll play Lord Xenu. That will be a character in the MCU.
All right. Now that we're done talking about our favorite entertainment company, Marvel, do you want to talk about our favorite group of entertainers, the Hype House?
Oh yeah, we should. Uh the TikTok hype house.
Yeah.
All TikTokers.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not the Hype House correspondent.
They're getting a Netflix deal. These I don't know how many are there. Like
I don't
nine.
know either. I
Oh, like that image, and we had to talk about it, of course,
Are
because
there like official members, do you think? Like, do you think there are some who are being left out of this?
I kind of assumed it was like a rotating lineup.
Okay.
Because I knew, the big ones, the ones who were all over TikTok, like Addison Ray
Hmm.
or Little Huddy. Though I
Hmm.
will say, I looked at that picture you sent me, and I did not recognize a single person in that.
Lil Huddy was in that, I believe.
I don't know what Little Huddy really looks like. I just know.
I He's the only one I recognize though.
Isn't Charlie D'Amelio in the Hype House?
I don't know. I don't know her Hype House member status.
Maybe she was communicated.
She probably was at one point, but maybe she's too big for them now. They're
Grown
getting
beyond.
an unscripted Netflix series, so I guess it'll be like a Jersey Shore, but the Hype House.
Oh, I can't imagine a piece of entertainment I'd love to see more.
You
Combining the two things.
know, I can't say like whenever this releases on Netflix, if it does or whatever, that I'm not gonna be curious.
Maybe we should do a live commentary of the first episode.
Like episode reaction,
Yeah.
trailer reaction.
You know what? They should let one of us in the Hype House. And we should just ruin everyone's time by just having a bad attitude.
Hey guys, let's do that TikTok dance now.
Hey guys, not to be that guy, but somebody ate all of the frosted flakes. And it's for us all. I did not have a single bowl of fries. I'm just gonna be like the worst person imaginable the entire time, just to ruin it for everyone else.
Hey guys, we're gonna have a house talent show. Too bad none of you will be able to participate because none of you
Just,
have any talent.
just use all the toilets and never flush.
No.
It'll be like it was Little Huddy. Little Huddy did it.
That's
About like their stage names, you think? Like, hey, little Huddy, how you doing, little Huddy? Like, hey, Phil.
yeah, probably honestly. Um, they get, their fans call them that so much, so I guess they're just used to it.
Maybe they don't all really live to. And maybe this is just all a reality TV thing. Like they don't actually live together.
Yeah.
That would
Um
be. That's the twist of the Hype House that they all just go home to their separate houses.
okay, do you wanted to talk about the Parasite show?
Oh right, yeah. So HBO Max, Adam McKay and Bong Joon-ho are co-developing a spin-off show that takes place in the same universe as Parasite, which is funny to me. I mean,
So I read a tweet for that. So I saw that tweet, and I think it's like the first comment, and it's like, "What universe? Real life?"
well, it's like the events of Parasite don't really leave like that one house,
Yeah,
to be honest. It's like, uh, is it just gonna be like set like in that house, maybe like years late? Like, what's the universe? The universe is the one outlined, of course, by Karl Marx in the Communist
yeah,
Manifesto.
yeah. I guess so.
It's
Um,
just it'd be like, okay, I'm making a movie in the same universe as The Breakfast Club. It's a different high school. It's a different high school set years later, but it's in the same universe. Like, all right.
oh, look, it's Bender's son.
See, that's the thing. That's the only way you could be like, oh, it's the same universe. If it's not, is it just going to be like an entirely unrelated story? And
Yeah.
people are just, maybe there's like one line where it's like, oh, yeah, my boss Brian is mad at me today.
hmm Like
He's
just
about to
a
die
quick
tomorrow.
reference.
Isn't there a line in, oh, no, wait, that was cut. I'm trying to remember. I remember there's a thing, there's like a line in the Breakfast Club that got cut where they're like, yeah, this is what like every one of these people is going to end up doing, and they all like die early or something like that, or like become homeless or whatever.
I don't know. I forget. But there's the part where they're talking about if they're gonna end up like their parents.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know.
was never a fan of the Breakfast Club.
I like it. I've only seen it once though.
I saw it once. I had to watch it for like class, which is probably why I didn't end up liking it.
I think there's better '80s movies for sure.
I think Ferris Bueller's Day Off is probably the best.
It reigns supreme in my
By like
opinion
a
too.
wide margin. By a
Yeah.
wide margin, it's better than the rest of them.
Yeah, if none of you knew this, our name is inspired by Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So, fun fact, because it's the best.
It's, but that's not even like a fair comparison.
No,
I feel like the rest of them are about like high schoolers doing like high school problems.
yeah,
And Day Off is about that, but it's so much more. It's about
yeah. It kind of like it can almost like I know for me at least, it kind of like changed my thought process a little bit.
I feel like it's the only one of those movies from that era. Like you think of other movies like again like Breakfast Club, 16 Candles, even one like Heathers, which was kind of like a satire of that genre.
Yeah,
Even all of those movies, it's like I'm watching it now I was watching it like as a high schooler. And I was like, I don't this isn't real. This isn't
no,
what it was like at all.
yeah,
But Ferris Bueller's Day Off is the only one that's even kind of close to something that's like, yeah, that's an adventure that I could see people getting in.
yeah, right, yeah,
Scene where the only scene that's in a school is where the teacher's giving like a boring lecture and there are kids just like eating and like
yeah.
stuff. That's
That's
the
a fair
most
point.
accurate high school scene in all of these movies.
Yeah, agreed. Um, I was perusing Twitter And I forgot there was one thing I wanted to add. This is actually Marvel related, believe it or not.
Oh,
Um, Amelia Clark and Olivia Colman got casted in Marvel's Secret Invasion. Um, and I think the villain, I don't know if he's the villain of that show, but what's his name? He played Malcolm X in One Night in Miami.
oh,
Uh, his
Ben
name's Kingsley King. Um, Let me see.
Malcolm X One Night in Miami, played by.
Kingsley Ben Adir.
Yep.
So I think he's the villain. And like maybe Samuel Jackson will be in it. I don't know. But that sounds pretty cool to me because watching Game of Thrones recently and Amelia Clark's pretty good. So I guess that's cool.
I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Um so there you go. Anyone that was looking for this part of the episode.
It really was a Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
That's the last line of Game of Thrones, of
Hmm.
course.
This was a great game of Thrones.
This was a great game. What game? Oh, you mean the Game of Thrones?
I think a project we should do is any movie that maybe that doesn't or show that doesn't work their like the title of their property project into their uh you know into their episode or movie. Our job should be to do it for
Edit.
them if they don't.
Would that so if it was like a TV show, like would we have to edit one use of the phrase "the Falcon and the Winter Soldier" in the episode of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I guess.
Like,
um
the episode of WandaVision starts with someone going, "Hey, did you catch the new episode of WandaVision?"
Yeah, right. They did say that. Cap Dennings said that. Like the Breakfast Club. They never call themselves the Breakfast Club.
They don't? Don't they say that?
Oh, they I'm an idiot. He says sincerely yours, the Breakfast
The
Club.
Breakfast Club.
I'm stupid. Like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. They
The
never
example you thought of too.
like Ferris Bueller's Day Off. The Ferris Bueller's never like, oh, this
My
was
day
my
off.
day off. Yeah. Like like how do we work it in?
Also, if he did say that, would we be able to count it, or would we have to wait until someone else goes? There, Ferris Bueller's Day Off goes.
What it should have been is like
SS.
Go ahead.
This is my new shiny car.
Yeah.
What model is it? It's a Chevrolet Ferris Bueller's Day Off, of course.
What I think it should have been is like it should be Ferris Bueller 20 years in the future. And he should be like, "Have I ever told the story about my day off?" And he's like with his kids or whatever.
Like How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. It's like, here, kids, time to tell you about the one time I was off of school.
One time I got my friend killed by his father.
Yeah. um okay. Anything else you want to add? Did you watch anything you want to talk about this week?
I watched the 1973 animated French film,
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic Planet. It's a great film. It's animated and it's
Hmm.
French.
Wow,
And
both in one.
blue there's blue aliens in it. It's like Avatar, really.
Isn't everything like Avatar if you really think about it?
It's a pretty good movie. It kind of like it's one of those movies where I was watching it, and after about like 15 minutes, I was kind of like, "Well, I get this," and I
Hmm.
kind of kept watching, thinking, "Well, maybe this movie's pretty acclaimed. Maybe something later will happen, and it'll make it all worth it." But no, it's kind of more of the same. So
Yeah,
my recommendation is watch the first 15 minutes of this movie, and you've basically got it.
yeah. I did not watch anything great this week besides the Falcon and the Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Sorry.
The Falcon
Y-
into Captain
You know
America.
what I'm wondering? Do you think they'll like change the name of the show on Disney Plus to like this is actually Captain America and the Winter Soldier?
Probably not. I imagine maybe they'll
Yeah.
have another series called Captain America and the Winter Soldier that's just a continuation of the first one.
Yeah, like if they do a season 2 of this show, it'll be a different name.
Yeah,
Okay.
like it'll be a different series with it'll be like not like a spin-off.
Yeah.
It'll be like I can't think there are other shows that do it, but I can't think of an example right now.
Okay. Um yeah, other than that, I've been watching Invincible on Amazon Prime. I have 2 episodes left before I'm caught up, and then I think there's only 1 episode left next Friday in the first season. I've talked about it before, very good voice cast for what that's worth. You'll probably recognize all the actors' names if you care. Um, yeah, it's very good. I love animated superhero stuff. I forgot how much I liked that stuff, but it's fun.
Well, I quite enjoyed the Green Lantern film. There was a lot of animated
Yeah.
superhero.
Yeah, most of it was if I am correct. I've never seen that one.
You haven't? It's got
I've
your
not,
boy,
no. Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Reynolds.
Do you want to knocked over my microphone? I'm sorry if that hurt anyone's ears or feelings or whatever. But to make up for it, maybe we'll make you laugh by reading some letterboxed reviews that are by people that were either trying to make us laugh or we're taking things too seriously. Probably a little bit of both.
Right. Remember our slogan: if you're on Letterboxd, you've already lost.
You know,
Uh,
I had an unhealthy, sorry to cut you off, but I had a bad habit of this year. I used to put like every movie I watched on Letterboxd and give it a star rating, and I was like, I want to stop doing this because it's getting in my head every time I watch a movie. So I have, and I haven't really watched many movies since I did that, but I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore because it made me feel bad about myself. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I kind of felt like I, I saw people do that, but I don't like to log a movie unless I say how I feel about it.
Yeah. I just liked it for having a record of like every movie I've watched this year. Maybe I'll just like put it in when I watch a movie and not review it because I hate reviewing movies. I feel like weird about it.
I'll review a movie if I feel inspired to, but if
Hmm.
not, then I also won't log it.
Yeah, I don't know. Just
So I
just
can
my
usually
thoughts.
remember if I can usually remember if I've seen a movie though. Like
Hmm.
last time I'm like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, I do hate having again the star ratings. I kind of want to. I hate that I started doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I should continue. If I could, I would retroactively delete all of my star ratings.
I know. It just makes me it makes me in my head go each time I watch a movie like how many stars would I give this? And I just watch the movie.
Yeah, I hate. I shouldn't have started that. I should just let my reviews speak for themselves.
Right. All
I
right,
feel
would
like
you
you
like
can.
to go first? Oh, sorry.
I was saying, I feel like you can just give it a like or a dislike.
Right.
That's as that's as much as you need. Just be like, oh, I
Yeah.
like this, didn't like it. Just let people know that up front.
Right. Yeah. That's fair.
So my first review
Hmm.
is for Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2.
Hmm.
Or Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2.
Okay.
I don't know why it's not reversed. It should be Baby Geniuses 2, Super
I agree.
Babies.
I agree.
Megan gives it one half a star and says, everyone involved in the making of this movie should be very proud.
That it?
I wanted to include this because I was actually involved in the making of this film.
You were.
Mhm.
What was your role?
I played uh, Jonathan Moses. Uh,
Okay.
Jonathan, the inventor of the machine that allows babies to be spoken to.
Okay. Well, I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
I have a 1-star review here from Dirk H. And this is for Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I don't have a Yoda voice in my back pocket, so I'm not going to do it. Maybe it would have added to the comedic whatever you want to call it of this review.
Comedic, whatever.
Yeah, this review is from 2012. I just realized that. And and this says
That old, to be honest.
it's almost 10 years. And this says, suck very much. It does, yes. Bubba, Yoda's cooler older brother. I assume he's talking about the movie.
No, he means Bubba sucks very much.
Okay, maybe.
He didn't make it out of Jedi school. He dropped out because he's a rebel and no one
Okay,
liked him. He didn't play by anyone else's rules.
I respect that.
So my second review of the evening is for the evening, meaning 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon, is for Cats,
Mm-hmm.
the starring our boy Jim Cordon,
Mm-hmm.
the greatest actor ever to live, known for his Oscar-winning turns as the hand emoji and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, someone else who's British and annoying. And she gives this film 5 stars.
What else is British?
Best movie ever made. I wish I could give it 6 stars.
Yeah, I agree. Hard agree.
We are, of course, a very pro James Corden podcast. We are the
For
only pro
Britain,
podcast.
I have a review from Tristan, the movie lover. But this is ironic because Tristan is not reviewing a movie in this one. So, which one is it, Tristan? Is it movies or is it TV shows?
It's
Um,
actually a film that's been broken up over in 6 parts. You need to understand cinema,
it's a
definitely.
6-hour movie that I'm gonna watch tonight. Um, and I'm gonna do this one. I will do a voice for because this says Baron Zemo, and it has quotes here. So this is what Baron Zemo would be saying for all those for those of you at home. And he says superheroes cannot be allowed to exist. And this says Martin Scorsese. I agree. Superheroes cannot be allowed to exist. How's my Baron Zemo voice?
It's great.
Thank you. I
Do, do,
actually
do
am
it again.
pretty proud of it.
Do it again.
Give me something that Baron Zemo would say. I don't want to say the same sentence.
Hey, Captain America, what are you doing stuck in the dryer like that?
I don't know. I don't know about that
Okay, all right.
one. Superheroes cannot be allowed to exist. There we go. The
Can you do
Avengers.
can you do a Scorsese impression?
No, I have no idea how he speaks, to be honest. Never watched him speak.
He speaks a lot in a lot of interviews.
I know he writes a
Made
lot.
quite a few films.
Yeah. No, I don't know if I've ever watched an interview of his. I haven't really seen any of his movies besides The Wolf of Wall Street.
I haven't seen like Goodfellas.
No, I have meant to watch that, but I have not seen it.
He's a great
He's
maker of
made
movies.
he's made some movies.
To be fair, I feel like he hasn't made a bad. I can't think of a Martin Scorsese movie that I think is bad.
Yeah. I'll have to check that guy out then.
He's kind of underground, you know. You
Hmm.
probably his name is Martin Scorsese.
Right.
And I think I could do a Martin Scorsese voice. Give me something that Martin Scorsese would say.
Um, superheroes are dumb, and so is Marvel.
It's me, Martin Scorsese. Superheroes. Not how he talks.
I'll have the rigatoni.
His if you watch an old video of him too, I feel like his voice and his like physicality, they don't match at all. He's got like a very high pitched, like fast talking voice.
Really? Yeah.
And it doesn't match old interviews of him where he, like got this big giant like dark beard. Him now matches his voice, but him,
Right.
preem primo Martin Scorsese years, they're not a good match.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, get off this topic. I have to stop talking about Martin Scorsese, or else I'll get sad when I realize that I'll probably never be able to act in a Martin Scorsese movie.
You never say never. With that attitude, you won't.
Hey, we need to get our screenplay delivered to him. It's a sequel for Goodfellas,
That's right.
where it's all about how great, crime is.
Mm-hmm.
Because isn't that the moral of The Wolf of Wall Street? Because crime is cool and good, and you should
And
do it.
makes you money.
That's what I took away from it.
Makes you money and gets you married to Margot Robbie.
That's what I took away from that film, and no one can tell me my interpretation was incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
Really, yeah, because I feel like that movie's supposed to be like greed, isn't all it's cracked up to be. But
Right.
making him marry Margot Robbie makes me go, well, he did something right. Hard for me to say that he's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, this is an internal reference that we can appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
In the review for 2014's Unfriended, Adrian gives 2.5 stars and says, "Still a better comedy than Pixels."
No way. They
really that movie.
they referenced our favorite movie.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm very glad you brought that up.
I feel like did we laugh at all in Pixels?
No, definitely not. Laughed like in pain, maybe, or to cope with the fact that we were watching it. But
I think we laughed when we eventually turned into the Joker at the end.
yeah. The first ever movie that turned me into the Joker was Cars 2. And here's a review from Owen. I don't know if this is Owen Wilson reviewing it, but okay, just making sure. Owen gives Cars 2 stars. I guess 2 stars for each Cars movie. And says Cars 2 is like the drunk uncle of the Pixar family. Its older sibling has a clear legacy, but the thing is that Cars 2 pretty much reeks of alcohol at family gatherings and tells horrible, lazy jokes that no one laughs at. Then he just hugs the entire couch with his vile stench and watches sports bloopers while eating Cheetos and getting his orange sausage fingers everywhere. Sickening. But that pretty much encapsulates Cars 2 in a nutshell. Abhorrent. Someone's pretty mad they watched Cars 2.
If I had just finished Cars 2, I feel pretty mad about it.
Yeah, fair. All right. Well, I think that's about it. Any parting words?
Well, I guess we have to say our slogan again.
Sure.
Save entertainment.
Sure. Yeah.
Wording of our
the title in
every time.
Yeah. Yeah, if you enjoyed this one, you can watch the other ones. They're all right where you are now, probably, if you're on YouTube or, listening to the audio. So if you like it, you can share it, or you don't have to, because we don't hold you to that. We could if we wanted to, but we don't. So if you liked it, let us know. Leave us a comment if you want. And we'll see you next Friday.
Make
Is that
sure
right?
you follow our business model where You tell 4 friends, they tell 4 friends. It disseminates in a triangular type structure, some kind of 3D triangle. We're still working on it, but
Or like a sphere.
yeah, I think it's called a spherical model.
Okay.
Anyway,
Any
it's
3D um shape.
the only flag smashers here are the like smashers who smash that like, subscribe, and share button and the comment button and then write something funny and witty below. We should call them the button smasher.
That's our fan base, like our like who's someone who has a fan base that gives them a nickname.
That's the in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, do they have a name for the people who are of the Safe Ferris Fund?
No, I don't think so.
They don't call them Ferrisites.
Like they've got the Bieber fever. So yeah,
But
our fan club is not the flag smashers, they're the like button smashers. Is that right?
the button smashers.
Yeah.
They also have to smash that subscribe button too.
Yeah, smash it. Smash it. Yeah, smash it with all the phones you have.
Smash it so that you can never like another video again. That's how
Yeah.
we want.
So
We
that
want,
you automatically like each of our videos.
yeah, so that you retroactively like all of our old videos as well.
Mm-hmm. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching / listening, or if you did both, thanks for both. We'll see you next Friday.